Nutnfancy at the SHOT Show for you, January 2010. It's kind of a sacrifice for me to come down here. I had to put off a lot of other commitments and things going on to make the SHOT Show happen for me. And you know what? I feel like an outsider here, and I love it that way. A totally independent voice. I'm not jacked in with any manufacturer, any distributor. I'm independent. You guys know that. I'm going to do my best trying to show you the stuff that they're presenting at the SHOT Show. I haven't been to one yet. I have to go get my media credentials. They've all been approved. That was a process. And you know, I'm going to do my best to film on the floor. They have certain restrictions, so I have to abide by those. And you know, it's from my perspective. Gear I like, stuff that I think's useful, and if it's nonsense, I'll try to tell you that too. Because there's a lot of gear that comes out that just does not stand the test of time. I'm about high value too. You guys know that. One thing I like about the subscribers and the numbers that we have in TMP is it gives me more clout to talk to these manufacturers, to promote them. Let me give you a cooler background. How's that? There you go. To promote them, to give you good deals, and I really want to work that issue in the future for my Nutnfancy subscribers. I like gear that works, that's a good price. And one thing that kind of concerns me about coming to SHOT is I have so many already have so many appointments set up, guys that want to talk to me and meet with me, good guys from various entities, I won't tell you who, and that's going to take a lot of my time. My primary purpose though is to come down here and check out the gear and to do a very good and thorough report for you. It'll probably be a multi-part series, and I'll do my best, you know, keeping it real with you guys. God, lots to do. Let's go. I gotta go get my credentials, get going, and hopefully I won't be recognized. Ow. Dudes, check it out. MICROTECH booth, SHOT Show 2010. They've given permission to the Nutnfancy project to come in, talk knives, and also their gun, the STG 556. We'll get to in a sec. How you doing, dude? Nutnfancy?
Nice to meet you.
This is Anthony. How do you say the last name?
Marfione.
Marfione. He's going to talk to us about the MICROTECH knives.
All right. What would you like to know?
Tell me what your hottest seller is and why.
Our hottest seller, unfortunately, is not in the case because I sold the last one.
Did you?
About 20 minutes ago. Is going to be the h.a.l.o 5 for this year. It's a single action out the front, meaning that the blade will continuously keep on going and it won't stop. It'll keep on coming out. Whereas our double action out the fronts, they will stop in front of an immovable object.
Okay, and the single actions don't do that?
Correct.
Wicked. And those are like really affordable, aren't they? Aren't they just like 75 bucks or something? I'm totally kidding. I know they're not.
Not quite. They range from $150 to anywhere from $575. If you go, yeah. If you go.
Sorry, there's just something in the air. Apologize. Go ahead, bro.
There is something in there, isn't there?
Yeah. There's a pretty girl over here. We'll talk to her in a little bit. Well, why is she acting all shy?
Better watch out. That's my girlfriend.
Maybe we won't show her then. I don't know if I want to show her. Guys in Nutnfancy project go crazy.
They are crazy.
They go crazy.
Anyways, getting back to subject.
I'm with you.
The knives could range anywhere from $150 to $550 on our production side. We also make custom knives. My father and I are more or less artists than manufacturers. We deal in the stainless steels, the high-end pearls, we polish our blades. We get anywhere from $1,000 to $6,000 for any one of our custom knives. So, I mean, it's endless.
They're high-end, they're special, they're ultra second type of cool.
Very much so.
Who's your dad for the reviewers?
My father is Anthony Marfione. I'm Junior. I got his tag on right now.
Owner of MICROTECH. Am I right?
Pretty much.
There you have.
Future heir.
So there's his son. And so you've inherited that knife building skill and the passion.
I have. I really have enjoyed building and creating knives over the past. You know, I got into it as a young kid. I mean, it was a family business from the start. We started in 1993. You know, I want to say my involvement started right around 2000. So I was probably 12, 13 years old. Just getting in there, helping him, you know, switch blades on blocks to help him grind blades or something like that. Just to, you know, help him move stuff along.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've kind of taken on that responsibility as far as, you know, knife design, custom knife making. I mean, granted, he still grinds the blades. I do all the handle work and whatnot. We have great relationship. We have, of course, our ups and downs with any kind of family business, but other than that, it's nice. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
It is, and it is a passion, isn't it? And you mentioned the word, it's an art, and I believe that.
It is. It's an art. It is an art.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Not anybody could just make what we make. If it were that easy, everybody would be doing it.
You know, I'll say this, Anthony. I think your quality level is as high as any manufacturer I've ever seen.
It is.
Granted, your price is as high as any manufacturer as I've ever seen. I'm just keeping it real. You guys know that. But, oh, they are girlfriend, boyfriend. Whoa, I don't know if I should have got that on camera.
Yeah, I don't know if you should have got
putting money in.
I know, I'm just kidding. But awesome, awesome. Talk to us about this one, dude.
This one right
Prices.
here? Well, this is our Scarab Double-Edged model. It's the one I carry. I carry a beat-up one. This is one I kind of built out of the junk pile. As you can see, it's a little beat up.
Steel? 154?
Nope, S30V.
Okay, so once upon a time, they used to be 154 on your original blades.
Yep, on the original blades, we used to use a bunch of different kinds of steel. We used to use 154 CM. We used to use ATS34 for our production knives. What we use now on our custom knives is the ATS34 because it produces a phenomenal high polish.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've heard that about that steel. By the way, my SD card's running out. Let me swap it over. So we'll pick it up just one sec. Hang on.
See you in a few.
Okay, dude, back up. New SD card. Where did we leave off?
We were talking about this particular knife, the Scarab Double-Edged.
Right.
This is a black tactical model. Retails for $500. You can go ahead and flip the camera around.
Okay, there we go. The obligatory earthquake when I hear the price. Holy crap! Honestly, dude, when you see MICROTECH, they've always been, well, I wouldn't say always, and keep your line of thought. We'll get right back to it.
All right.
Mini SOCOM Elite. Awesome knife.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I own like a lot. And I'm sick. I know I'm sick. And I've reviewed it very positively. I know it's discontinued. I don't mind you doing that. But the price point in that knife was very affordable when it came out.
Right, right. And we're speaking of Mini SOCOM Elites. We have Mini SOCOM Elites coming out in Tonto probably in 4 weeks.
Oh, I'm excited, but the Tonto blade.
Well, not to mention that it's clip point as well.
It's what?
It's going to be in clip point as well.
Oh yeah!
The reason why I said the Tonto is because we haven't made the Mini SOCOM Elite. We made Mini SOCOMs back in the day as Tontos. We haven't made Mini SOCOM Elites in Tonto yet.
Okay,
so those
cool.
are brand new. Those are brand new.
Awesome. So you're reintroducing it.
Yeah, we're
Does this guy want to be on camera?
Do you want to be on camera?
Huh? Come on, man. You're part of the MICROTECH history. It's a friend of the family is what I gather. They go way back. Do you want to be on camera?
I don't care.
Okay, Mark. What's your role in the MICROTECH history? Talk to us, dude.
Let's see. I started there in '96.
Doing what?
Started out running the machines, and then eventually worked into helping do some development work. Did the neck knife. It was mine. Did the drawings on the
That was the
talent,
Incredible Hulk. You guys just missed them.
You just missed it.
Who? Ferrigno?
Yeah, Ferrigno.
Dude, that guy owes me money. I'll be back in a second. Just a sec. I'll be back. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So you were original engineer MICROTECH, worker B. And this guy was a little bit smaller back then, I'm thinking, huh?
Oh man.
They had like a really happy reunion I just witnessed. It was like, dude! Long lost friends.
Excuse me.
So yeah, we did the earthquake shake, $500.
500 bones, 500 bones, tactical, DE S30V blade. Pretty sweet model. That's about it. I mean, what else do I need to say about it?
Nothing much.
Other than it's a freaking sweet knife.
It is a very sweet knife. Let me ask you this though, and this is one of my beefs on these OTF knives.
Gotcha.
How come there's some wiggle in them? You can't engineer that out, can you?
You cannot engineer that out unless it's a single action out the front knife.
And then you might be able to.
And then you might be able to, because what happens here is that with this being that the energy behind the spring shooting it forward, if it were tight in the chassis, it wouldn't fire.
You'd
it
have
would
some
get
issues.
Stuck. Right.
Yeah.
You'd have issues. Being that the single action out front, which I don't have a halo here to show.
They sold out of them.
We sold out them. If you want to come back tomorrow, and
maybe we'll drop by tomorrow
and just take a quick gander, and I'll fire it for you or something like that. We could make the tolerances so much closer on that because the button will pop up behind the blade, pushing it forward, making everything so nice and tight, and it just locks right up like a fixed blade.
Okay, and so point being, if your tolerance is too tight, you're just gonna have too much friction for the OTF design,
and it won't work.
Yeah,
it won't work. There's about 2 thousandths play between the chassis and the blade there.
Okay, and how about the mystique of MICROTECH? It has a mystique, does it not?
It does. There's a strange following.
Let's take a look at this bad boy while we're talking.
Right.
I've shown you enough.
Yeah, I know, Mike. You don't want to be showing my ugly mug the entire time.
And me, for that matter.
But we've built a strange following with our knives. I mean, guys have been collecting since 1993 with the very first mini UDT or MICROTECH. The MICROTECH is what it was called. The very first
awesome knife
my father had produced, which Mark's father, who was standing here, was one of the very first people to see the actual knife. So, being that my father worked for Knight's Armament, whatnot, blah, 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 he had the knife, and he went to a couple of the guys around the shop, and he asked, what do you think of this, blah, blah, blah. They asked him to go show Mr. Knight himself, and the story goes that Mr. Knight told my dad to get back to work and stop playing around. We don't build stuff like that.
Interesting.
So what had happened is the guys more or less provoked him to go and build a company off of this little knife he had created out of that shop. So,
you know what? I have not heard that.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah, and you still sell them like crazy, do you not?
Man, all day long, every day.
I was here, no kidding, and I'm waiting in line because these guys are busy. This is a busy booth, and thank you to Anthony for making time.
Of course.
There's a lot of guys waiting to talk to him, and so I heard a guy walk up, a dealer, and he just bought like how many halos?
4 halos at $550.
4 halos at $550 dealer cost. There's going to be some markup involved. Remember, this is a dealer show. Bam, cash paid. No hesitation. That's what I'm seeing at this, and there's all kinds of guys that don't want to be on camera. That are just buying like crazy, and it's that way all the time.
It really is. It really is. Every show we go to, we sell out. Everything you see in the case here will be gone by Friday afternoon.
Wow. And that's
and I will be taking it home like
look at this
3
roll.
or 4 more of these.
She'll be taking it home apparently.
Yes, pretty much.
And this,
not mine.
And here's an aside. I talk about second type of cool all the time. You guys know what that means, you TMPers. And that is just an intangible cool factor of the blade or the gun you have. And I will say, and I said this in my MICROTECH Mini SOCOM Elite review, it has it. It's just cool. And sometimes you have to pay to get that. And other guys will say, well, I will never pay that money for a knife. Understood. There's lots of people that will because to them it's special.
And picking up off of that, you know, my brother, who buys $250 pairs of jeans, right? I go out, I buy the $20 pair of jeans. I said I'll never pay $250 for a pair of jeans until you put them on and show how comfortable. Exactly. And show how.
What did she say?
Exactly.
Exactly. And show how comfortable they are, how well they fit, how well they stretch, how well they're made. You pay for what you get.
So if you haven't experienced that level of quality, in other words, you might want to reserve judgment.
Exactly.
Until you've experienced it. Could you say for a MICROTECH knife? I will say yes. Here's Nutnfancy keeping it real. I personally wouldn't pay 5 bones for an OTF knife. I won't. I said that on the Benchmade Infidel review. Remember that?
Bless you.
I heard, is that pollen back? I hear some coughing in the background. What do you think about the Benchmade Infidel?
It is what it is. That's all I can say.
That's all I can say, man.
You have guys that like Benchmade and you have guys that like MICROTECH.
Yeah.
You like what you like.
Exactly. I think they're both good knife companies.
They are great knife companies.
They are. I think they both do good work. Like I said, though, for me, I don't know if I can pull the trigger on that type of money. I'd rather spend it on a pair of jeans or something. I'm kidding, not jeans, something else. But let me say this, I understand the attraction because I have some expensive blades in my collection. Dalton, I have a Dalton knife, $300. You know, for me, that's a lot. and they love that. You know, the Dalton is awesome. That Dalton Battle Dragon is a $300 knife. Out of production, it's an regular auto, and now it's probably a lot more.
Right.
I understand it, and it's awesome. And I think MICROTECH, your level of quality, the commitment to your passion,
Correct.
is tops. It shows, and that's why guys are attracted. You want to be on camera? See, I got another customer here. I just want to show a point. What do you got?
Strider.
That looks like a Buck Strider to me. Am I right?
No,
What's that?
it's a Strider.
That's what I said. A Buck Strider.
No, it's not a buck Strider. It's a Strider.
Okay. Sorry. It's a Strider.
It's a string. Hey, you know what?
Knife guys, man, they crack me up, and I'm one of them. No, I don't crack myself up. Okay, so this model you talked about that. I got to be fair, my viewers are going to be freaking out. They're going to say, why didn't you show this one? Oh, what's this one down here, Anthony?
This is our Ultratech model. This is the model that put the out the front line together for us. Back in 1999, my father had created a knife that went in and out. It was the talk of the 1999 Blade Show. It was supposed to be only 100 ever made, limited. Stainless steel chassis, carbon fiber, scales on both sides, high polished blades. It was received so well that we had to go into production with it. So this is what is called out on the internet a UT8. Guys have dubbed the Ultratech model several different ways. This is the latest and current rev of the Ultratech knife.
Good looking blade.
This is the flagship of our line right here. This is the most basic, the most durable. Maybe not the most durable, but it is where it all started. Right.
Awesome. And actually, not huge Tanto blade fan or Tanto.
Right.
I don't mind that one though.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. You know why? Because it's got a little bit of belly in it, Anthony.
Right.
A little bit of belly.
It's
yeah, you
not
got
straight.
No, it's not straight, and so it's going to slice, cut better. I like it,
Right.
and that's a lightweight blade too.
Exactly.
It's
And that's what
light
you'll
and
find about our
compact.
Tanto blades is that most Tanto blades, you know, it's like straight edge, and then it just curves right up. We put a nice little belly to
Love
it. The angle's not as steep.
Love
It looks right.
Love
Looks
it.
right.
That is a nice blade. If I were to buy, actually, let's just say I was to pull a trigger on it and I had lots of money, the knife I'd probably get, I like this one. That's a full-size kind of combat blade.
Right.
I like the belly. You guys know I like the clip blades. I'd go plain edge, of course. He's got one.
Well, of course, our Ultratech model would not only come in Tanto, but it would come in all three
look
blade
at that.
flavors.
He's got all three flavors right there. The dagger one, okay, I'm not super hip on it. I think this can do just as much damage.
Right.
And we're talking justified bad guys. You guys,
Yeah, like body armor, like super
that would blow
armchair
right
commandos.
through it.
Oh yeah.
That would blow right through it.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you had reports of that in use?
Actually, our Nemesis Knife, which was manufactured between, I believe, 1997 and 2001. I got those mixed up. Sold them 300 Nemesis, and they tested it, and that blade did go through body armor. They tested it.
No
They
problem.
pierced it through Kevlar body armor.
What's the cost on this one, bro?
The
Ultratech.
retail price on the Ultratech, any one of these models is $225.
Wicked. You know what? And that is kind of affordable for a MICROTECH.
Exactly.
Correct?
And that's why we priced it in that range. So everybody can have an Ultratech. It's an affordable knife.
Yeah.
Affordable out front knife.
If I got one, guys, I would probably be at this one right here. I like this one too. Either one of those, way awesome. I guess it'd be the moot point to ask for discounts. You guys don't do discounts, do you?
If you're one of our current dealers, yeah, we could do a discount, our dealer discount for you. But in your exception, I will definitely do a discount for you if you want one. Right?
What the heck? How about, I'm not really worried about me, and guys, you know I don't do nothing fancy for me to get the deals, but I know there's a lot of MICROTECH fans watching this video. I would like to get a discount for you if I can. Is there any, that might be harder to do, huh?
That might be a little bit more difficult to do. I'd have to go back to headquarters for that one.
Well, I'll tell you what. Can they contact you down there at MICROTECH? I don't want to put you in a bind though.
They would be able to contact me, but they wouldn't be able to buy direct.
Yeah, because that undercuts your dealers, pisses them off.
Correct.
That's just how it goes, guys. Sorry, I'm trying. A lot of the times when you get a high-end knife maker like MICROTECH, gun maker, you're just going to pay kind of what it costs.
Gotta come to SHOT Show.
Yeah. You gotta come to
Gotta come to SHOT Show.
So guys are going to be saying after he said, I was like, well, Nutnfancy, did you buy a MICROTECH? No, I don't have money for that, sorry. I sure appreciate the offer. And again, these are just super, super nice. Gosh, great job. Anything else you want to talk about? I need to go show your gun real quick. It looks like he's doing an interview though.
Yeah. You know what? I could drag him from over there. It's not that important.
Okay.
You don't want a heavy.
There goes Anthony. He's gonna go.
You're hiking.
He's like, you know, the company guy. He's gonna drag the gun dude over here. Anthony got the STG 556, and we were talking off camera. I gotta put it on camera though. Dude, is that not a stair AUG pretty much? Tell me what the similarities and the differences are.
The similarities are the outside shape, how the gun breaks down. Still has the removable barrel.
Very stair AUG, right?
Very stair AUG. Gas port comes off, gas port regulator. What makes it our rifle is the quality. If you were to set this next to a Steyr AUG, you'd be like, this should be the Steyr rifle, and not the other rifle.
Seriously. There is demonstrable quality differences between the two, is what you're saying.
There is a tremendous amount. Tremendous amount. What is different about ours, we have several different patents that we've introduced on this. Take, for example, our side rail right here. We not only incorporated something that the guys have been trying to put on the end of the barrel for all these years and reducing their accuracy, we resolved that by putting a rail on the side of the receiver.
I'm a big fan of not putting crap on your barrel. Unless it's a suppressor and it's mission specific and you absolutely have to have it,
Exactly.
don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not wise. You'd be trying
Changes
to
the harmonics of
it
the whole
does.
barrel.
It really does.
Look at this dude, man. He's totally rocking it. What is that knife he's
That is
rocking?
a combat Troodon over there.
Look, it's just, he works for MICROTECH and he's fondling his own blades. You can't help but do it.
You can't.
You
really
do
can't.
it in the shop, don't you?
Well, I fondle them every day because I have a
Oh man, I love it. Guns, knives, rock.
Well, anyways, getting back to our rifle.
I'm listening.
Our mags are not polycarbonate. Our mags are made out of a chemical resistant polymer called h.a.l.o 5000.
Whoa, big name.
Yes. You can stick this stuff in gun scrub, you can stick it in MEK, acetone, and it won't melt.
Steyr AUGs aren't made of that?
They're made of a polycarbonate, which will, if you've got gun scrub or any kind of harsh chemical, it'll melt.
I did not know that. Did not know that. Learned something. Wow, that's tough though. And expensive. How much is each mag? Let me guess, 50 bucks.
Towards the beginning of the project, they were a little high. We've dropped the prices. You could find easily an STG mag anywhere from, depending on the seller, anywhere from $20 to $30.
Okay.
So not too
More
bad.
doable.
More doable. I mean, you're going to spend that much, if not more, on a Steyr mag.
And it does take Steyr mags, does it not?
This mag will actually, at the beginning, what we tried to do.
I hear there's some compatibility crossover problems.
There was just a handful. We didn't want them putting their mag in our gun. Our mag would fit in their gun, but their mag at the beginning would not. Now their mag does fit in our gun because, guys, we couldn't make these fast enough.
Okay, and you probably heard a few complaints too.
Yes.
Guys were pissed.
A lot of guys were upset.
Rightfully so. Keeping it real, I would be. Well, I mean, let's make some commonality. I know everyone's pissed at each other.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't like Steyr. Yeah, I like MICROTECH.
I don't like MICROTECH. Well,
Let's all play together in the sandbox well, okay? It's just
in Washington.
nice. I like this Anthony guy, man. Good freedom, dude. Okay, trigger. You're talking about, and this has been a big beef of mine. I don't see how you can make a bullpup trigger on par with a good M4, M16, AR-15 trigger.
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
You just got too much linkage, too much travel.
There's too much plastic. It's not that there's too much plastic.
Right.
The linkage, like you had just explained.
Thank you for being real. Yes.
But what we've done, our plastics are, how do I want to word it? Slippery, per se. If you feel the trigger pull.
Self-lubricating with high lubricity.
Now feel
I said it.
Feel the trigger pull on that.
Okay, safety check that for me since I'm pointing at people. I'm just paranoid. I feel much better now.
Empty. Last round release.
Roger.
Actually,
and
you know
I'm
what?
still
We're
going to
just gonna-
pretend it's
A loaded gun and point
yes,
upwards.
upwards. You know that's not bad.
That is not bad.
Do that again for me, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm cameraman, director, creative consultant, and interviewer all in one. That is probably the best bullpup trigger I've ever felt. And it's because of the plastics you're using.
Because of the different kinds of plastics and the tolerances we are using.
Excellent. Wow. Okay, I did a tour of Gallery of the Guns.
Okay.
Davidson's great folks down there. They
Right.
sell your MSARs.
Yep.
And they had some specials going on them. So what, ballpark it for me, what you see them going through your dealer network?
Well, right now you can find an STG for as low as $13.99. The suggested retail price on them is $18.99.
You know, here's a thought. I want to test one in the Nutnfancy project. I want to go running and gunning for one. So I'm going to see if guys don't hold me to it, but I'm going to do my best to secure one of these for testing. And the reason that just turned me on is that trigger pull.
The trigger pull is phenomenal.
It is
You could
phenomenal.
also set that up against a Steyr, and our trigger pull is a lot more crisp.
I've pulled a lot of Steyr triggers and I'm not impressed. And that is why I never bought
That
one,
was
never
one of the
integrated
very
one.
first things we had to do to set ours apart is the
Right.
trigger pull. Not only the rails and the upgraded internals, even our side plate comes off different than a Steyr. You lift this end up, take your really cool MICROTECH,
Oh, dude.
slide it up,
$500 Leatherman.
Do you have one of the really cool small
comes right off.
legal MICROTECHs here?
I do not, sir. I am sorry. We lost that piece.
Here it is.
Casualty. And it just twists right back on.
He's selling out of everything now.
I am.
And that access is that's so you can flip the side, the ejection side,
Correct.
right?
What you have to do is you have to take this off, put it on this side, buy a left-handed bolt, and it goes right in your rifle, and you're good to go to shoot left-handed.
Right. That's about an 8-pound gun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, that doesn't feel it.
It's just shy of 8 pounds. It's like 7 3/4. I'd say.
That feels lighter than a Steyr.
It's all in our plastics.
A Steyr seriously is like 8.1 with no. Actually, it might include the optic.
Right. All of our plastics are really lightweight, state of the art, new polymers, UV resistant, chemical resistant.
Hey, that guy wants you over there.
Hey, where'd my knife go?
That guy took it. That other guy
Oh,
took
that-
it. Yeah, he just walked down there. He's not falling for it. Dude,
Good try.
I had to try.
Good
I had to try.
Can't be without my microphone.
By the way, Anthony was really he's like, dude, I don't want to be on camera. I'm not your guy. I'm like, dude, you know the products. Okay? You're part of the company. You know your knives, you know your gun. He's doing a good job, don't you think? Tell him so. He's doing a good job. All right, MSAR.
All right, I'm sorry.
I think you covered a lot of the stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Any reliability issues that you've heard?
At the beginning we had 150 rifles recalled. Right at the beginning, we're well over 15,000 units now because of a trunnion issue at the beginning.
Okay.
But other than that, I've heard nothing but good.
Covered all those on warranty?
Correct.
Okay.
We covered shipping. We covered everything. That was a big deal. Our customer service is bar none. That's because of Mr. Dave Robertson, who is very busy right at the moment.
This is a busy booth, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, how big of a part is the MSAR of the MICROTECH operation right now versus your knife manufacturer?
Right now, our knife manufacturing has taken on a lot of our capacity because the gun market right at the moment is taking a hit with the phenomenal recession we're having.
That checks. It spiked last year, 2009,
Yeah,
and it kind of
great, and then just no.
Really. So
Just
really,
like
just
that.
nose dived into the ground.
Right into the ground.
Dude.
But our knives, ever since we started, we can't build enough of them. Actually, when we started the gun project, we decided not to build knives for like a year and a half.
And that led to some
People
availability problems.
Yeah, a lot of availability problems. A lot of people were upset. What are you going to do? We came back.
You only have so much manufacturing capability.
Yeah, exactly. We came back 3 times as strong. We can't build enough of the MICROTECH line.
Oh, and let's get back to that second type of cool. If you spend $500 on a knife, that is a lot of money, but value is always in the eye of the beholder. And think of it in some ways, and I've said this in my knife reviews, to own something that is the absolute top tier of something is kind of cool, and it might be a knife. And there's a lot of other things for you to own top tier would be pretty much impossible. Take, for instance, I can't film her, you said, right? Trust me, with some of the comments, no, you don't want to, we're not going to roll that in. But top tier gun, you're going to be thousands. Top tier car, thousands. So maybe 500 top tier knife is more doable for a lot of people. Maybe that drives to why your products are still popular.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Hey, well, you're going to show us an M16 M4 magazine capable. I'm following you. Look at this, man. They got
guns and boxes
crates.
and bags.
Something tells me they're empty. Oh, that's a cool picture. I'm going to use that as an intro picture right there.
Well, hold on one second.
That is outstanding. And then we'll throw another one on there too, and that'll be like even cooler.
How about something like this?
Hey, this is a good time to address maybe some critics will say, well, and I hear this ever so often, some guys say, well, you know, you're advertising for the companies. Well, number one is I don't get paid for any of this. Okay, yeah, I make some revenue on advertising, but let me tell you this, it don't even begin to pay the bills of the Nutnfancy project. It doesn't even begin. But I stay independent from the manufacturers. If I do a positive review on a knife, on a gun, in a way, it's my gift to the manufacturer for making something that's worthwhile. I'm all for that. Okay, so, you know, is it advertising? No, what it is product advice that you can trust with high integrity for my viewers, like this. All right, dude, sorry, I was getting on my soapbox.
It's
Were you
okay,
just
it's all right.
flirting with your girlfriend?
No.
I thought
you totally missed that.
Okay, good thing it was on camera. Okay, what were you showing us now?
All right.
M16 AR-15 Mag compatible.
Yeah, it's around. Oh, here we
Dude,
go.
we gotta roll that
Hold
in
on.
too.
Just
That is awesome.
guns screwed around.
Is this safety checked? I only have
is.
one hand. Can you? Okay, she's open. Awesome. This is gonna be an awesome picture right here. I see a cool picture coming together. Okay, so that is...
This is our E4 model. In other words, our M16 mag compatible model. What we've done with the STG is we've upgraded it to take the M16 mag. With the addition to that, we've also incorporated more rails to the side of your stock for a more modular weapon.
Okay, so you can put lasers, lights in different locations.
Not just on the side of your rifle, but on the underside here. You could put a different bipod instead of having this grip on here. Again, going back to the stuff on your barrel, this is still gonna make you wiggle a little bit.
By the way, is your front handguard, it's pretty tight, right? Not much to wiggle?
Nope.
Or
It also folds forward, just like the tire.
Right on.
And it's pretty solid.
And these are 18-inch barrels too.
No, this is a 16-inch barrel right
16.
here. Yep.
That is a Steyr feature, isn't it? The Wizard of Oz flash hider.
The Wizard of Oz
that's what
flash
I call it. Why did you guys go with that?
Because we want to stay true to the design. We're all Steyr buffs. We've loved Steyr for as long as, you know, the Die Hard movie came out. You got Carl sitting there putting the thing together in the elevator, getting ready to go kill Bruce Willis there.
That is a great movie, by the way.
Best
the
Christmas
original
movie.
Die Hard. It is the best Christmas movie ever. Whatever. You know, Christmas Story. That's a close second. I like Christmas Story. That's funny.
Don't shoot your eye.
Yeah, it's hilarious. What was the other one? Chevy Chase Christmas Vacation. Funny.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, dude. Die Hard rocked.
Die Hard
rocked.
Perfect.
Is there any licensing deals that you have to do with Steyr to make this?
Nope. All their trademarks, all their patents ran out in the 80s. They did not re-up on any of that.
So rock on.
The only thing they have that was legitimate was the Steyr name and AUG. We could not use AUG.
Okay.
So that's where the name STG came from, because the original Steyr AUG, as us Americans call it, they call it the STG-77. STG being an acronym for Sturmgewehr, 77 being the year that it came out.
Okay. Awesome background. Price-wise, is this the same as the regular MSAR, or probably a little bit more?
Just a little bit more, because it actually comes with one of each of the rails.
Right.
So you'll have your small rail, your medium rail, and your long rail.
Okay. Can I feel the weight on that?
Yeah. It's
That's
just a
safety
little.
checked.
Yep. I'll double check, because it's always good to double check.
It's just my habit. You know it.
Yeah. Don't want to.
A little bit heavier.
A little bit heavier, but it's a meaner rifle.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, this is more approaching more the 8-pound.
Yeah.
Thereabouts.
Yeah. This is more or less our A2 model.
Yeah, and dude, I love that there's no integral optic, so
Right,
you can choose
right.
what you want.
Well, this actually is removable, so you could get the original look.
Wow, look at that. And the MSAR, the original
The
MSAR?
original ones are just like it as well. They're removable. See the nuts?
awesome. Yeah.
Comes right off, and it re-zeros because they align on bosses underneath the...
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So you could run that original optic if you wanted.
if you wanted.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, we ran the original optic because we weren't that well known as a gun company at the
Right,
beginning. And just to make a gun with a rail on it, guys would be like, okay, that kind of looks like a Styrock. But if it has the original A1 look with the original scope and everything on there,
Guys will
would be like,
immediately recognize it.
immediately recognize that
Styrock.
And that's
Yeah.
what we wanted at the beginning. We wanted
Yeah.
Styrock. No, this is not a Styrock. This is an STG 556.
Higher quality.
Higher quality.
If you got, so what do you run for your tactical carbine? Are you holding it?
No, actually, I have an original black STG number 11 off the line. I've fired about 7,000 rounds through it.
Is that your go-to war gun?
That is my go-to-war gun.
Freak. Awesome.
Not only that, I also have an M14 on a Troy Industry stock, blah, 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 blah.
And a few other things you're probably not going to talk about.
1911, you know, the Oakley carbon fiber gloves, the MICROTECH h.a.l.o, the Curry, you know, the whole nine.
What's your pistol of choice?
My pistol of choice is actually a SIG 220.
Oh, dude, SIG guy. Awesome. Okay, huge points scored with Anthony right there. Don't get me wrong, 1911, great gun. I've talked to that. You guys know that. But SIG, awesome.
Let me point out, has an extended barrel for threaded adapter for the suppressor.
Of course,
you know,
suppressor
in-tan.
choice. What is it?
MSAR suppressor.
Really?
Before my father actually worked for Knights, he was in the suppressor business per se.
Right.
Believe it or not, my dad is only 40 years old this year.
Wow. Dude, he had you pretty young then, did he not?
Yeah, 17.
Wow.
17. So you can kind of say we finished high school together.
You guys are like best friends then, right?
Oh yeah, pretty much. We're more like best friends than father and son.
Awesome. And my son and I, same way, dude. You did a great job. I'm gonna cut you loose. You got a lot of other people that were waiting to talk to you. I apologize for taking so much of your time. This is Anthony from MICROTECH. You did such an outstanding job of talking about the STG 556, the MICROTECH knives, coming out with the mini SOCOM Elite. Huge thumbs up on that, dude. Huge, huge. What's your pricing point on that when it comes out? Tell me it's going to...
It's going to be like right around the...
$150?
Yeah, like 160 area.
Okay, a little bit higher, but pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close, pretty close.
Pretty close. Nutnfancy, sign off with MICROTECH. These guys have been awesome with us. Thanks so much.
Stay tuned for the SOCOM Elite double action.
Ooh, there's a teaser for you. Teaser.